see what Hegel's done? He's taken, again, as I've mentioned, this right, Hebrew Christian idea that God is, right, that process by which we make sense and we develop and create the world with God, and he has created a philosophical understanding of that, and it translated that religious way of talking about history into a completely secular philosophical way of talking about history. He has secularized and rationalized the Hebraic heritage. Now this is important, right? Because this God is, in many senses, right, a secularized, non-religious God. This is not a God that is, right, intervening in history through prophets. This is a God who has been realized through the reflective actions, the contemplation of a philosopher. Hegel understood his project in very religious terms. But, and this is a very important but, he was always translating those religious terms into philosophical, conceptual terms in rational development. He would consistently take religious terms and go through this kind of translation, this kind of exposition and explication and explanation that would transform them into philosophical, conceptual theories of how rationality, intelligibility, and reality have co-developed. So, I'm going to read you a quote from the earliest system program of German idealism. He states the following quote, "Here I shall discuss an idea which, as far as I know, has not occurred to anyone else. We must have a new mythology." Somebody's using that word that resonates how we've been using mythology in this lecture series. We must have a new mythology, but this mythology must be in the service of the ideas. Notice that language. It must be in the service of the ideas. It must be a mythology of reason, capital R, reason. It must be like this. He goes on to say, quote, "In the end, enlightened and unenlightened must clasp hands." The philosophical and the mythological, the enlightened and the unenlightened. Notice the language, enlightened, right? Must clasp hands. Mythology must become philosophy in order to make the people rational, and philosophy must become mythological in order to make philosophers sensible. Notice that this is simultaneously a philosophical proposal and a social cultural program for how to transform religion, people, and the role of philosophy within that transformation. He then goes on to say that this will lead to a, quote, "higher spirit sent from heaven was found the new religion, right, among us. It will be the last and greatest work of mankind." This is the final utopia. This is the culmination. This will be the last religion. This will be the last thing, because all of this results in this final stage in which Geist, this living system of patterns of intelligibility and how reality itself is structured, has generated a systematic self-understanding, and we grasp all of our previous cultural and intellectual history. I want to show you how Hegel does this in a specific example. This translation between mythology and philosophy to create the new religion that is beyond, right, all other religions. So directly parallel to the process by which mythology is moving to philosophy. So let's get an example of a very important mythological structure. And of course, I'm going to take Christianity because, as I tried to show you, Hegel is secularizing Christianity in many ways. So Hegel argues that, right, let's put the myth on this side, and then the philosophy on this side. Right? And we're going to see how we go from making sense of things to this self-realization, participating in the system that grasps the systematicity of this whole process. So you have a father